You see, the browse safari, the car safari, and just the action of doing the safari. And almost every famous person that you know have been on a safari. Now, what exactly is the safari and how exactly do these countries which organize safaris, are they rich from safari? Just from the introduction of the video, I've said safari, I don't know, 10 times. But what is safari exactly? So safari comes from an Arabic word, safar, meaning journey. And then now it's go into Swahili for safari, literally meaning a journey or travel, some stuff like that. And how the word started getting much more famous, it's when the Europeans, while doing the expedition, especially in East Africa, where they were literally in contact with the wildlife, they started calling those expeditions to their safari. There is something we changed with how those expeditions became much more in East Africa. All countries got really rich out of that. We're speaking here of Kenya and Tanzania. But there are other countries which are making also money out of that, but these are like the pioneers of that. For example, Rwanda having one of the highest visits tourists in Africa. But let's speak much more on Kenya and Tanzania. So these countries started getting tourists for so many reasons, and some of the reasons why we could get tourists very much was because they somehow have everything. They have grassland, or they have high mountains as Kilimanjaro, rare and amazing beasts. There's lions, elephants, zebras, wild beasts. They have some of the most amazing cultures. These are the Maasai people and so many other local tribes, really rich cultural experience. The government invests so much into national parks, and this means in keeping them safe, in keeping them clean, and just in conservation of the nature in general. Transportation or companies working with this safari stuff are really a lot. When you're moving in places like Arusha, which is right next to the Kilimanjaro mountain, you see cars of safaris passing every time. Now, safari being a white explorer thing, which became now an international thing, now has become literally a model of how traveling into the wild have to be. That today, when they speak of traveling to visit Africa, only one thing comes to mind is safari in East Africa, in Kenya, or in Tanzania, or in South Africa, or other nations. But the image is so Kenya-like or so Tanzania-like that we can just say visiting Africa is somehow already connected to just visiting the wildlife of Kenya and Tanzania. And today, the influence of the word safari have been so far that even a big company like Apple could name their browser Safari. Now, Safari not only have made Tanzania and Kenya so famous today, and almost all the most popular people that you know have been there probably, but also it contributes so much on the economy of these countries. It's something to be proud of that Africans created out of the nature that God gave them. Congratulations to Kenya and Tanzania and so many of the African countries which are working on giving a good image of Africa and making the world much more fun. Thanks so much for being here. Catch you next time.